So dear friends, comrades, and all the activists struggling in all their different spheres for a better society, a better world, a better country, a better world, welcome today. We are commemorating the first death anniversary, or should I say the martyrdom anniversary of Dr. G.N. Saibaba, our dear beloved Sai, who left us on this day last year. Before I say anything more, I would request all of you to stand for 2 minutes in silence to pay homage to Dr. Saibaba. So most of you already know about the extraordinary life of Dr. G.N. Saibaba, who came from a life of great hardship, who was struck by polio at the age of 5, and despite a 90% disability, he was able to reach heights which many of us fully abled people are not able to reach. He was able to contribute in a manner that most of us who are not incarcerated are not able to do. In that sense, he was much freer than many of us who remain imprisoned within so many different concerns and considerations which prevent us from doing our best for a better world. Saibaba was a teacher extraordinaire and a poet and a scholar and a human rights activist. He always spoke up against injustice to any section of society, to any individual. He was speaking up for the marginalized sections of the country, the Dalits, the Adivasis, the minorities, the disabled community, and even in the university. He was always part of the struggles that we had for better education, for more egalitarian and better quality education in India. He was also a very powerful voice against Operation Green Hunt, and that is probably what got him into the crosshairs of the government, because it was a conspiracy by the corporate sector as well, the corporate forces and the government together to silence all such voices which threatened their agenda to loot this country. And if you have seen the judgment that had come before that, he was already arrested. He was kidnapped in 2014 while on his way back from an evaluation center and was going home. And he was just kidnapped on the way and mishandled so badly that he actually, the better arm got very badly damaged in the process. And after that, he was incarcerated without bail for quite some time. In between, he did get some medical bail, during which time he was undergoing treatment, which was extremely important to correct all the damage that he had undergone after being arrested in that rough manner and mistreated in jail. But then, to our great shock, the judgment, the order that came from the trial court sentenced him to life imprisonment. And in that 800-page odd judgment, it was shocking to say that they could find nothing to indicate that he had ever been part of any violent activity or that he had ever been part of a conspiracy for any kind of violent activity, but said that he was part of an organization that was against development. And that is why he needed to be given life imprisonment. Subsequently, we fought continuously in the courts. The defense committee for Dr. Saibaba was formed, and we had campaigns, and there was a good legal team which fought for his bail and for his release. And finally in 2000, he was incarcerated again in 2017, but finally in 2022, the High Court gave orders for his release, but that was not honored, and the Supreme Court had an overnight bench set up specially on Saturday just to put a stay on his release. And that was something unprecedented. So he continued to remain incarcerated until a second bench of the High Court in Nagpur exonerated him on merit as well as on technical grounds, and said the sort of thing that we had been saying in our campaign all along, that there is absolutely nothing to indict him, there's no evidence, not a shred of evidence, and he has been falsely charged. Had this judgment come earlier, then he would not have lost 10 years of his life in brutal conditions in jail, where his health was completely destroyed. So even after he came out, and we celebrated it probably in this very room, He had soon had to go back to the hospital for treatment of the multiple ailments that he had developed, and in operation that was required, which is normally a very simple routine operation for the gallbladder. His body was not able to survive that in Hyderabad, and he passed away on the 12th of October. So his death is definitely a judicial murder and a brutal murder by the system, which also murdered Father Stan Swami, which also murdered Pandu Narote and others, thousands of others who we don't even know about, who have been languishing in jail or have died in jail. What was very special about Dr. Saibaba was he brought together people from different struggles, from different, whether it is the farmers or women or minorities or Dalits or Adivasis, and he was able to put it all together and speak for all of them. And that is what unites us in, his legacy unites all of us. And it would not be, appropriate for me to not mention that one of the dearest causes for him was the Committee for Release of Political Prisoners. And he saw how so many people had been unjustly imprisoned. He already knew about it. But when he went through the experience himself, he was within the prison itself, he was helping countless people with their petitions, with their education. He helped many of the inmates get their degrees. And he wrote extensively from prison. And some of that has been published. And continuously he said that I refuse to die. And not only does he refuse to die, we refuse to let him die. He will not die. Like Bhagat Singh, his legacy will be kept up by all those who believed in it, will be further, taken further, and we will definitely fulfill his dream, and that is the best tribute that we can pay to him. So we must extend our solidarity with those of our friends who are still behind bars. Many members of the Defense Committee for Saibaba are still behind bars. Professor Hani Babu from Delhi University is still languishing in jail, and so many others are still languishing in jail. Then the anti-CA activists Umar Khalid and Khalid Saifi, Gulfisha, all of them are languishing in jail, denied bail for no rhyme or reason. So we must, all of us here, extend our solidarity, and that we will fight for their release and for a more just system. And I want to also announce that this book by Saibaba, this is a book in which he has, different essays. I mean, people have written about him. He Who Defied Death. This was released in Hyderabad. It has not yet been released in Delhi, but we have copies outside. You can pick up your copy if you want. I would recommend that you pick it up. Announce formally that the Professor G.N. Saibaba Memorial Committee has been formed with Chairperson Professor Hargopal. I'm supposed to be the co-chairperson, Nandita Narain. And organizing secretaries K. Ravichandar, Deepak Kumar. And there are 40 members. We are not going to read out the names because now we are a little short of time. The names are all on this leaflet, and people can see there's a wide variety of scholars, activists who have been struggling in their own areas, who have made an immense contribution in different areas. And I will now request Justice Muralidhar to please come and deliver the keynote address.